Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan. Today we're going to check out Old Forester. As you know, it's been a while since I've done an Old Forester product review, but I am a big fan of them. My favorite is their 1910, which is lower proof than the 1920. But man, it just drinks so good, and I don't remember what I did the blind of or what was all in it. If it was just Old Forester. That seems like something I would have done. I think when I had my whole Old Forester collection out here, the red label $20 bottle, signature 100 proof bottle, and back in the day when I used to buy these, I want to say I got them as cheap as like $16. Now they're $20, $22, $23, whatever. That actually ended up winning my blind across all of my Old Forester products. So good cheap bottle. Can't argue with good cheap whiskey. But I got this up in Billings a couple weeks ago. So this is Old Forester single barrel. It's the 100 proof, not the barrel proof. And this is a select bottled. It's a barrel pick for the store up there. It's called Billings Best Batch 24th Street. It's ringing in 100 proof, as I just said. This is Warehouse H Floor 1. So I paid, what did I pay for this thing? Billings. I paid $52.15. Now, the nice thing about going up to Montana and buying anything is they don't have a sales tax in most places in Montana. When I lived up in Whitefish and Kalispell, they had a resort tax up there, which was kind of so we ended up having to pay some tax up there. But for the rest of the state, I'm sure Red Lodge or some of the other places might have that same thing. But like when we go up to Billings, you buy anything up there. We go to Costco, we go to whatever. There's no sales tax, so it's actually kind of nice to be able to save some money on that. Yeah, let's get into this bottle. There's all the specifics on it. Let's see how it was. Now, when I tasted this the other day, I was not over the moon for it, which really, I've been getting burned by store picks. A lot of YouTubers and whatever are like, oh, if you see 1792 store pick, buy that. If you see whatever store pick, buy that. I'm telling you, I've not had a 1792 that I've really been a fan of yet. I had a Knob Creek I was not a fan of. I don't even remember all the different store picks I've had over the years, but I have yet to have a store pick that I thought was really good. And I'm saying this again before I drink it on camera here, but I was not overly impressed with this, which is really disheartening. I feel like a lot of the store picks that I get my hands on are just cash grabs, where they're not actually picking a barrel. They're just saying, hey, bottle this and throw our sticker on it or whatever, and they don't actually have a hand in it. Because I just want to believe, I could be wrong, I have no actual information, this is all speculation. I want to believe that the people who would pick a barrels, their palates are not as bad as what these barrels are. They're just not that great. Oh, I had a Henry McKenna 10-year. Not that good. I had, and that one wasn't a store pick. It just happened to be a bad barrel. There's been several things that I've gotten. E.H. Taylor. I had an E.H. Taylor single barrel. Not that good. Couple other ones. I just like the single barrels just kind of keep killing me here, and then the store picks on top of it are not that good. But I really think that people are just saying, hey, bottle it up and stick our name on it, and they're not actually going in and doing a barrel pick. It doesn't feel like to me, because I just can't imagine that somebody has that bad a taste. And in doing so, I feel like the distilleries are taking advantage of these people because they're just getting rid of barrels that wouldn't have made the mix for any other product in their lineup, and they're like, hey, these people don't care. We can just throw some crap whiskey in there that didn't turn out quite right and is off profile. Like I have not had any single barrels or store picks that have really blown my mind, with one exception being the Wyoming whiskey stuff. Their private stock, I've yet to have a bad pick of that stuff. But all the major brands that I've run into has not been good. But having said all of that, now watch me embarrass myself and get it completely wrong, and all of a sudden this opens up and it's fantastic. We'll see. On the nose, it's not really giving me anything major. That time I got some creme brulee, a little bit of that char on there, but some sugary sweetness, brown sugar, starting to open up. There's a little bit of a floral, actually like a cherry floral in there. Okay, this is holding promise. Maybe I'll have to eat all those words that I just said. Maybe this opened up a little bit, or a little bit of peanut dust, peanut shell in there. Let's see. Okay. I have to eat my words a little bit, but not a lot. Man, the graham cracker on that finish is actually really good. So this is drinking way better than it did the first time. The one part that I'm really disappointed with, the first 3 or 4 beats, it's very watery and thin, and there's just nothing there. And then it ramps up. You get a sweetness that is kind of a confectioner sugar, a little bit of caramel, but then there's a slight tannic bitterness that kind of picks up in the middle and carries through to the finish, and then mixes and rounds out with both the ethanol and a graham cracker, and a little bit of peanut dust in there as well. So all in all, not a bad flavor profile, but the fact that it was just nothing up front really, really disappoints me on that. But what is there is not bad. With the one disadvantage being that that tannic bitterness that kind of picked up in the mid palate through the finish. But let's give it another go. Yeah, so there's like a floral and a sweetness up front, and that bitterness is coming through even stronger this time. Oh, way stronger that time. Then there's like a peanut butter, but a graham cracker. Yeah, that bitter note's kind of coming in there. That time the flavor profile got all rearranged, and it was not as good as that first sip. Yeah, not the worst whiskey in the world. It's just not that great though, as far as my flavor preferences go. And that bitterness just that really kills a really good whiskey. Gets good, man. That was like a peanut butter bomb. It was like bitter and then like a peanut butter bomb at the end of that, like almost like a Reese's peanut butter minus the chocolate. Yeah. Okay, so that one's changing up on me quite a bit. It's seeming more exploratory as it opens up, but that bitterness is just kind of killing it for me. $52, right? Like, if this had been an outstanding bottle, that's well worth $52 and such. At that price for this particular bottle, I was not overly joyed with. So, that being said, luck of the draw, maybe you guys got some people in your area that, people who are actually picking great barrels. That was not, that's not winning it for me. Not terrible, but not that good. So, drop in the comments down below. Maybe you're getting lucky. Again, a single barrel unto itself is hard enough to kind of compare against anything else because none of them are the same. But flavor profile wise, man, this was just lacking. And then the bottle at 100 proof, I don't know if that was the right call either. Maybe that's the reason why it had kind of a non existent start to the palate. I don't know. But there you go. There's my opinion on that. It's kind of disappointing. But what are you gonna do about it? Drop in the comments down below what you think of Old Forester single barrel and whether or not you've had a store pick of the 100 proof. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say about it. Any other comments you have, welcome. Drop them down there. I'll get back to you on it. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.